Welcome, dear friends. Here we are, another day, another morning, another evening, another afternoon. Welcome. We are studying different messages from the different books of Emmanuel. Today, the book is Words of Life Eternal, chapter 45, that Emmanuel titled In the Sustenance of Peace. The Bible quote is from the letters of Paul, First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 13, where Paul says, quote, live in peace with one another. So Emmanuel will break it down for us. He says, we often refer to war as though it were a phenomenon of political monstrosity, attributable exclusively to excesses of cruel dictators, when in truth we are all summoned by life to sustain peace. So we think of war and disagreements between nations, between tribes, between people as they in power create that. And that's true at times, but he says, in truth, we all summoned by life to sustain peace. So today you and I are summoned by life eternal, by God, to sustain peace inside of us so that peace can actualize outside of us. How peaceful do you feel today? What are you doing today to cultivate peace so that your surroundings can be peaceful? He says, we all act upon one another, even if our personal influence seems insignificant. It is no less active in preserving general harmony. So, I'm acting upon you, you're acting upon me, I'm acting upon my family members, and vice versa, my community members, and vice versa, my school colleagues, my work colleagues, the people at the grocery store. And you just go. Everywhere you go, you're acting upon one another. They act upon us as much as we walk upon them. Our personal influence may seem insignificant, as Emmanuel says, but no less active in preserving general harmony. So, if I enter an environment that is peaceful, full of anger, resentment, agitation, I will contaminate that environment with my agitation and my anger. But if I enter an angry, agitated environment with calmness inside of me, I help preserve general harmony by calming everybody down. Emotions are contagious. So it's very important that we know ourselves to counterbalance our darkness with the light of Christ so that we can act upon one another in a positive manner. The forest is an imposing spectacle of nature, yet did not grow fast without the contribution of tiny seeds. Friends, what we see in the world today, the forest of disagreements, wars, instability grew from the tiny seeds inside of each and every one of us. Our society is composed of humans, and each and every one of us act upon one another to create the greater good. So, what good and greater are you going to create today? One of peace and calm. So it says, we frequently grow accustomed to condemning the brother or sister who has become delinquent. Isn't that true? It's always someone else's fault. We all have done it. We all know people who do it. And yet, Emmanuel's going to say, with absolute lack of charity towards the weakening of character to which he or she succumbed after a long obsessive process that corroded their moral resistance. So sometimes people do things because after a long process of obsession, their moral resistance was corroded, meaning was weakened, and then they gave in to the darkness, the delinquency, right? Delinquency is not just when I go and rob someone, assault someone, murder someone, show up at someone's house with a weapon, right? Delinquency is when the little things of life and of law and order go away. When every action of mine does not align with the divine laws, I'm delinquent. When I say, well, 5 above the speed is okay, double parking is okay just for a few minutes, not returning something I found. So it corrodes us. Each small act of delinquency can escalate in the future to being more. That's why we cut it by the roots. It says, almost always after we fled from fraternal assistance or from enlightening conversation capable of leading them to victory over the temptations that resulted in their fall. So sometimes when we are under the process of obsession, we go away, we retrieve from the things that would help you and I. We stop going to the Spiritist Center because I can watch it online. We stop going to the places where communities build because I want to watch my thing at home because I'm busy, right? I stop calling my friends, my families for guidance because I think I know best. And we're fleeing from that fraternal assistance that God provides you and I. It says, all of us are called to the edification of peace. All of us. None of us is immune to the call of Christ to peace. Christ never started wars on the earth. He didn't discriminate. He didn't otherize. He said, oh, you're different from me, therefore you don't have the same rights. God sent Jesus to show us that it's possible to be fraternal to whole humans even when we are persecuted. All of us are called to the edification of peace, which requires no impulse linked to the activities of war. So when I'm warring war thoughts and feelings inside of myself, I'm giving into the impulse of war activities. When I tweet, write, post, share things that are not true, I am giving into the impulse, because war is sustained by misinformation and miscommunication. So it's important that everything we do is based on peace. I want to be peaceful. I want to be kind. I want to be compassionate. And that's what we aim for every day until we get to superior spirits, and then we are. But today we want to be. So each and every action builds upon each other. He says, no impulse linked to the activities of war, which paradoxically depends on our struggle to improve and educate ourselves, since peace is not inertia, but effort, devotion, work, and constant vigilance in the service of the good. So when I want to be peaceful, I need to struggle to improve myself. What are the things in me that I still need to work on? Write it down. Go talk to the psychologist. Go do community service. Go exercise and eat well and sleep and take care of your family and friends. And then you work on educating yourselves, discipline, right? Peace is not inertia. Peace is not staying on the couch watching Netflix because you're not out there shooting or doing things that are warlike. That's inertia. That's where we stay comfortable. That is actually selfishness, right? And there's so much need around us. But peace is effort, devotion, work, and constant vigilance on the service of the good. So we need to be vigilant, watch and pray, so that my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, and my actions align with the good, so I can attune with good spirits that in turn feed me even more intuition and inspiration to do more good. Good begets good. None of us is exempt from helping to defend and sustain peace. So it's our job and our duty to defend peace, whatever we are in the world. For often collective tranquility hangs upon a minute of tolerance, a gesture, a phrase, and a look. So when you go into places and you bring a peaceful gesture, a minute of tolerance for someone who is distraught, a phrase of kindness, a look of understanding, you can sow peace wherever you are. What else do we do? Do not therefore declare yourself unfit to contribute to the peace of the world. If you do not acknowledge the power and value of so-called minor resources in the elevation of life, build a palace inside a powerful station and try to supply it with light and energy without an outlet. So do not declare yourself unfit to contribute to the peace of the world. You are the light that Jesus wants to shine in your community to bring peace to the world. But before you can shine the light, you have to create the light of peace inside of yourself. Who? Through effort, devotion, work, and constant vigilance. So, friends, today, do the good, seek the good, feel the good, emote the good, and think the good with all the resources that you have at hand. Today, God has something for you in your life that will bring peace to the community you visit, to the grocery store you go to the school pickup, to your family situation, whatever it is that you are doing. Bring that seed of forgiveness, understanding, effort, devotion, and work to build a peaceful world. And here we are every week, a couple of times a week, we come together to study one of the books of Emmanuel, one of the messages of one of his books. And today's message is from the book Words of Life Eternal by Emmanuel through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. Until next week, may you stay well. May you remain peaceful. Go out there, dear friends, do the good, sow the good, spread peace. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.